And I was like, dude, I never even thought about it like that. This is just how I am. I'm inquisitive. I like people. They go, dude, just don't change your opinion about that. Like, just talk about that.
Yeah.
You know, and show the gratitude.
And you did in fact win. I mean,
well, dude, I mean, when push comes to shove, I mean, once you get to like at least boot camp of something, any one of the three of us would literally, it would be okay, I'm like waking up at 7 a.m. I'm going to meditate, you know, eat a healthy breakfast. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to be hydrated. I'm going to treat myself like royalty physically. I'm going to go running. I'm going to do push-ups. I'm going to do everything I can. And like, as the competition progressed, I just rolled with it, man. And like, when I got on stage, it was like, well, I mean, these moments don't have to define me, but they could. So why the fuck not go out there and just slam fucking dunk it, you know?
And you did.
And I tried my best, and the reports were positive.
They are positive. Listen,
epic moments. How many views do you have on your performances? I know like you're up in like 2-3 million, correct?
I mean, on Facebook, my first performance, my first audition on X Factor, I think has 70 million views.
Work.
70 million views.
Work.
I mean, you know, it doesn't. What does that help anybody during COVID? You know what I mean? Like,
but you're showing yourself. Sorry, go ahead. No, I was saying that you're showing yourself, you know, as bright as possible, and you're showing yourself in most luminous, most truthful manner on a proper stage with proper sound and everything. And that is what, like you said, like people are regardless are being, you know, nurtured and nourished by that. So that's amazing, you know.
To have that perspective.
And 70 million people are feeling that way. So absolutely. I want to ask.
It could have been 7 million people 10 times each. I don't know.
Does it matter? At 70 million, does it matter?
At the end of the day, what you guys saw on that video of me singing "I Put a Spell on You" was a guy who was so excited to learn something so different and new than anything he had been taught before. And he was doing it on his own accord, on his own merit. You know what I mean? I got there because I just flew to Romania. Do you know how hard that was? I almost didn't get on the plane that first time. And then like, I took a chance, I took a risk, and then boom, I'm in a recording studio. Boom, I'm on X Factor. Boom, I make it to boot camp, the finals, I win.
You win.
This is what happens when you take risks and believe that things will be good if you just work your freaking ass off. You know?
Message received. I
hope
everybody that's listening tonight or today is receiving that same message, because through trust, I know that it feels uncomfortable and that you don't know what's going to happen and you have no idea what the next steps are and
that's
what
life,
the world is. And that's it.
Part of life. That's the best thing you could possibly imagine life to include. What do we want to just be happy and sure all the time? Like, what kind of life is that? That's awful.
That's boring.
The most wealthy people you know are probably the most bored. They have nothing to work for. Like, but you know, I really at the end of the day, this X Factor thing was really great. The singles are really great. There might be more in the future. I don't know. The contract kind of whatever. I can't really talk about it for contractual reasons. But I mean, like after the podcast, we can talk about it for hours. But yeah, like in public, I can't really discuss certain things. But yeah, so the contract ends January 2022, and that's I've got to say about that. Yeah. So,
well, listen, I'll expect some more bops from you. I really like the song, and I know. What is I Used to Love You is the last song, right? The previous song?
That was the first one. The second one was called American in Bucharest. And then the third one was Save the Day.
Cool.
Yeah, my two favorites are the first and the third one. Like I Used to Love You was what I recorded that first week in that studio.
Oh, while you were still.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I recorded it already. So when I won X Factor, the record company was like, "Hey, so we know you recorded that song with this guy. You want to just put this out?" Like, I mean, we'll probably spend a day like mastering it, but I'm pretty sure like the producer already worked so much on it that mastering will be easy. And I was like, yeah, there's no skin off my back. That sounds great, you know. And immediately, all my haters, everybody's got haters, right? All my haters were like, oh, how convenient that he wins X Factor on a Tuesday, and then on Wednesday he's releasing his first single.
That's what you do.
It's like everybody was doubting. They're like, we knew it was fake. To be honest, I don't mind saying this. Like, I won the show, and it could still very well be fake, and I would not know. 100%. Like,
you heard it here first, guys.
I had some arguments where I was like, this is fucking fake, isn't it? Tell me it's fake. Is this fucking fake? I flew all the way over here for a fucking fake show. like arguments, like the producers. I'm just like, if this is bullshit, you better tell me right now. Don't waste my fucking time. Like, but by arguing with them, I became more Romanian than I knew, because that's how friends talk to each other. Like, crazy, like 15 seconds, 20 seconds, and then all of a sudden they're like, all right, let's take a shot.
Let's take a shot. Here we go.
Super.
Oh, goodness. The world is getting to know Jeremy after Romania. How many interviews have you done since? You know, like it's like
zero.
So,
no, my own record label doesn't even interview me.
So there.
Well, listen, we're happy to do it, and I'm happy to talk to you anyway. Tell me about what you're doing in YouTube now, because it's
I
a
was gonna
feat.
share about
So I have a show on YouTube called Jeremy Ragsdale's Online Piano Bar. It is awesome. It is awesome.
In the chat. Yes.
Yeah. At the time of this filming, ladies and gentlemen, I will have made it through 56.
That's nuts.
56 episodes.
Yes.
And I've been through hell and back. It's actually one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, for not just technical reasons, but also just emotional reasons of just like, well, what the hell do I say on a camera?
Right.
Like, why would people, I think we all go through things where it's like, well, okay, I know that I'm an expert in this particular field. I've been doing this, practicing. I've been a professional for years. Like, okay, I am an authority, but we all have those days where we're just like, dude, I suck. Everybody sees it. Everybody knows that I suck. They can see right through me. And like, those days came significantly more often in those first few weeks of doing the show than I ever could have imagined. Like,
really?
Yeah, it was the toughest emotional hurdle for me to kind of just be like, dude, just buck up, take a deep breath, and do the fucking show you know how to do.
Right.
Do the show.
And then I got people like Natalie Fernandez killing it as in the friendship department. Like, she's always been one of my best friends. Natalie, you've always been one of my best friends for not just for the fact that like you and I have sung together longer than I've sung with any other human being in my entire life. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But also she's just there for moral support. She fucking knows. Natalie, what the hell, man? Like, down or in a depression of some sort or whatever. Like, Natalie, you always somehow show up in my texts. Like, at the moment where you're one of those very few people that just have a sense that I need a friend. And like, I mean, it's crazy. I don't know how you know. Like, if we haven't talked for like a month or two or something, you will text me on a day where I'm just like, and then literally you're just like, Jeremy, you're killing it. Like, and like just saying all this stuff to just kind of like, just really motivational shit, man. Shit like, it's your time. Like, she said that to me.
Yes,
For years, she said that to me. And you know what? I've believed in myself enough to not give up on this music thing. You know what I mean? But there were days, man. There were days. And there still are days. And there will be more days. You know, because like self-doubt, I think part of the life adulting process, you know, probably not supposed to be on paper, but like, you know, I think in all of us, it exists that. And so the technical side, at least it's something that I can control. You know, I can control how bright the room is. I can control how red the couch behind me looks and how blue the back screen is. And I did that, you know, yesterday just happened to be July 4th. So, you know, happy 4th of July.
Up a little bit. Yeah.
You know, there's a little bit of a da, 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 da. Like if I do this, here you go.
There it is. America. There it is.
It's a paper towel roll. How patri-fucking-otic.
Truly.
Yeah, so, okay, anyway. This YouTube thing, the technical side is difficult, but the emotional, just getting past myself and just focusing not on me. Because the truth is, like, every time I get, like, that, it means I'm looking too much at myself. And I'm not doing those things that Walter was talking about. I'm not thinking about what my partner, aka the audience, the viewers, want or need. I'm not looking at their needs. I'm looking at my own. I just want this to go well. Well, screw it if it doesn't go well. Did it affect people?
Right.
Was there even one moment that made somebody go, wow, man, okay, I'm going to start taking voice lessons? Or, man, God, like, you know, I wish I could, you know, make people feel things.
Well, I'll share, Jeremy. I mean, I shared with you on Facebook. I've been, you know, this pandemic has been a tough one for me. You know, the plague has affected me as well mentally. And a reason that we started this podcast with Ken was like, I miss you. Like, let's do this. Like, let's not wait until we're on stage again together to see each other. Let's begin to talk and to share conversations with the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I stopped singing. I've completely stopped singing completely. I have no melody in the heart. And when I watch your show, I sing along because I know the harmonies. And
yes,
over the other, I'm watching myself. I'm like hearing a note come out of me, and I'm like, oh my God.
If you don't video record some of you singing harmonies with my shit, online piano bar.
Those are my reaction videos.
We'll post it.
Yeah, dude, like you better send me something.
I will. But
it can happen.
that's a change that I got you. No, but I mean, like that's a change that you're bringing to people as well. You're bringing something that we can't physically do this right now, you know, but we're able to still. You're meeting us where we are. Yeah. And so what made you start with the show?
Myself first, you know. That was the thing. I mean, that emotional, like, hurdle that I have been consistently needing to jump about, like the self-doubt and everything. That was the work I needed to do on me so that I could help do work for other people. I mean, we all know that music is therapy, and so if we're performing, we're therapists.
Yeah,
we are.
And you never know who you're inspiring too. That's the thing. You know, I mean, you could be posting this and not even knowing that you're inspiring your friends. A lot of times, like when I'm having conversations with my friends, you know, if I even if it's not like a musical thing, they'll be like, oh, you know, that gif of that inspirational quote or that cover that you did or whatever, that really inspired me. I needed to hear that. I'm like, really? But I thought
at that moment, yes, it hit me the right way at the right time. Yes.
Like I thought you had it. I thought you were more together than me. You know what I mean? And so you really don't know. Yeah. Even though people come off as super woke and super well together, you never know what someone's going through that day. So the fact that you're able to inspire anybody, I mean, that's why you keep doing it. You know?
I think anybody who doesn't experience self-doubt, or at least isn't aware that they experience self-doubt. I mean, isn't that like what sociopathy?
That's a sociopath, yeah.
I mean, that's. I mean, and you know, there are good manifestations of sociopathy and negative ones.
Is there?
Yeah. I mean, you could be a sociopath who's Okay, I can't think of any examples. But no, there.
Jeremy Ragsdale advocates for sociopaths.
Well, okay, if you were sociopathic in a way where it's like you found your self-worth in like raising funds for a charity, or opening up a those like the cancer hospitals that like we see the cute kids who are like thank you for giving and like that the people who run the people who run those companies, for better or for worse, yeah, I mean some of the charities get a bad rap for being like real brutal and like kind of borderline like mafia like, but at the end of the day they're helping people.
Yeah.
And so if there is a sociopath on the top of that pyramid, then I mean that can't possibly be the worst example of sociopathy. Like,
Probably not. Look, we love everybody. We do.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's
Yeah.
a full fact.
Yeah.
But I feel like I think it's really important what you're doing, and I mean, we want everybody to go see your show. I already, how many? 2 shows already that we've done out of our 4. I'm like, Jeremy's live, so we gotta go.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, for real? That's so nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually didn't realize that this was like you've done less than 4 episodes. The way that
it's very new.
The way you've formatted this is like actually like engaging in a way that looks like you guys have practiced this for years. Like,
Well, that's all cat.
maybe you have. I mean, it's like,
You know what? We just wanted to talk to each other. Like Nat said earlier, I was like, the way we talk, people need to hear it. Like when we were on the phone, I was like on a hike one day and I called her and I was like, we should like record this because A, we're just funny, and then 2, we're saying some pretty interesting things that I think people would be psyched to hear from us because they may not expect that from us. So I was like, fuck it, let's do it. And now, we've got you on, and it's a great opportunity for me to reconnect with you.
yeah, absolutely.
So,
yeah,
that's what this is about, like the
Life
idea
you,
of
man.
the idea of Universe is Nat. When I was in Beantown with Nat, she'd always say some really inspiring shit after a 4-hour gig, and we'd be in the car and she'd be talking about everything from like, astrology to like the Illuminati, and she's like, that's just everything in the universe, and I'd be like, oh my god, yes, the universe. So
Natalie and I had our number of zip car drives from Boston to Cape Cod.
Yeah. So, it's
Epic.
That's what this is about. It's about connecting and reconnecting, and I want to illuminate my friends that I think are doing some really cool shit.
Man, well, it's an honor that you guys included me.
Well, not only do we want to include you, you were really perfect for number 1, the first guest. We had to get some stuff out before, we just had to test the things. This is episode 4, so it's still early, but you really were the perfect choice, especially because without you, we wouldn't know each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that at the end of the day, a lot of terrible things have happened this year.
Yeah.
And we're stuck at home and we got to stay the hell away from each other. And if that doesn't make you really, really step back and appreciate the idea of connection, like with people, and like, I mean, I don't think I'll ever take human connection for granted ever again.
Man.
I mean, this thing might last for another few months. I mean, I don't want to, we don't have to go into that, because it's not
bummer
show, but like, yeah, I'm not down here, man. But at the end of the day, like, we've had a lot of time to look at ourselves, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
And what you were just talking about is just so spot on about just how you do these shows so that you can connect with people. That's why we do music. That's why we do talking, anything. Like, we need to connect, right? If we're not connecting, then there's something like that emotionally and mentally.
Then we're sociopaths.
Wrong. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, maybe I need to go to like a college of psychiatry or something to actually define that accurately. But I mean, I really do think just like language is meant to be spoken before written, you know, people are meant to interact physically and conversationally before, you know, all the you know, robotic mechanical shit.
Amen.
You know, and so, you know, I think I can safely say I've never looked at either of you in a mechanical way, and you guys get to see all my crazy, and for that I am grateful to both of you.
I love it.
Truly, like, Ken, I'm so glad that things have been going well for you. Like,
thank you, man.
I mean,
I'm so glad things have been going well for you. Like, everything you've been doing is fascinating to me. You know?
Yeah.
I consider things to be going well if I'm kicking my own ass, and I think one of the things that would be an interesting perspective after talking about all these things, it might be interesting for you to think to hear me say this, like, this YouTube show that I'm doing, this online piano bar that I have, besides my first voice lesson studio that I opened, and that's a whole different side of me, right? That's teaching. This is the first performing thing that I have done only for myself and by myself. I mean, not for myself, but, like, you know, for a building community, but by myself, without anybody, like, putting their thumb, pressing their thumb.
You have full proprietorship of
Yes.
this.
And it's like, what is the true test of a man? Like, it's one of those things that I've heard throughout my life. It's like, what is the actual, what makes me feel like I am purposeful? This is not about, like, masculinity, but it's like, what makes me feel purposeful? And yes, like, of course I have to go through, you know, experiences of my life where people are going to lead me and guide me. But at some point, like, you know, I need to start doing this work myself and just be in control of it. Like, I think I've been doing this for long enough to deserve this, you know,
to know that you
like,
have the resources and the tools to put on your own show and not really need anyone to direct you or to book you or to tell you what you need to be singing. To know that you actually can call your own tunes and be like, all right, this is what I'm doing, and yeah, it's a good show.
Well, I just hope that people watching consider the possibility that they've been capable of doing that for a really long time.
Yeah.
There are people who walk up to them confidently and say, hey, we've got this thing that you can do. You know, you've got to sign this contract, you know, but we're gonna get you this, we're gonna get you that, and we're gonna put you in this situation. And then a year, 2 years, 3 years later, you're looking at your life and going, well, I controlled none of that. That was just me being a character in somebody else's play. And I do encourage people to not be so arrogant that they would never want to learn from somebody. You know, obviously wisdom is valuable and you should just know when it's coming at you legitimately, but just, like, don't just take an authoritative smiling face to be the person that runs your life if you know that you have what it takes to do your own damn thing. Don't let do work that you can do yourself, unless you just don't have the time to do all the work. You know, once it's built to a point where, like, I can't do my own sound anymore, I can't do, you know, like, social media posts, okay, fine. But, like, you should know what all those things are first. You should have that experience. You know, learn from people, then do your own damn thing.
Bam.
And if you fail at that thing at first, well, then you've joined every other person who did that. Like, if you look at my show from the first week to this week,
I'm gonna go back and watch it, like, all of it.
You're gonna look at it and be like, what the fuck? Like, what was Jeremy thinking? Like, why did he even, what the hell? It wasn't even called the online piano bar back then. It was just Jeremy Ragsdale live stream or something.
Yeah.
And I didn't even have them numbered. I was just kind of like, oh, I'll just go on and see who's on. You know,
That sounds like me.
And then like as it went on, I was just like, every night felt like a different breakthrough.
The wisdom, Jeremy, that you just shared. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna, I wanted to stop you and be like, say it louder for the people in the back. Just like,
don't be afraid to fail, because after you fail, you have nothing else to be afraid of.
See, and that's really the lesson, and I hope that people can take.
Yeah.
I hope people can take that from us, and I hope people take that from you. I mean, like I feel like we're all inspiring each other with what we're doing, especially within COVID. And I feel like I can sit here and talk to you forever.
You have a show to do, correct? Yes. Okay.
On Tuesday, I'm teaching a lesson and then doing a show. Wednesday, I have 2 lessons and then I'm doing a show. And then Thursday, I think I have 1 lesson and then I'm doing the show. Friday, doing the show. Saturday, doing the show. How nice.
Right, listen. So, all right, we want everyone to check out Jeremy Ragsdale's online piano bar.
Holla.
Yes.
Holla.
Yes. The link is below. And also, he's constantly talking to everybody on the chat, which is amazing. A beautiful community of
building a community, one person at a time.
Tell me a little bit about that really quickly, just as far as just your building community. How has that been for you? Really,
the community is beautiful. The community that I have on this YouTube show is really, really incredible because they're coming from places that I didn't expect. They're not all Romanians, dude. Like, we got people from like Mauritius and like am I mispronouncing that? Like the island that's like close to, what is it, like New Zealand or something? It's like way off in that area. We got
I don't
people
even know about that place.
We got cats in South America. We got cats in Canada. We got cats in like obviously Romania. But then like people in England.
Sick.
I mean, they're coming from all different places, and that's really one of the most beautiful things about how the internet technology has been improving over the years, is that like just things are that easy. You could just stream and share your views and share your soul with anybody in the world. And if you have the right format, anything is possible. It's not like you have to wait for some company to give you $1 million, Yep.
And you get to structure your own format too, which is, for me, the best thing about it,
Yeah. You guys must have the same feeling of like, yes. But as far as my show's community, I mean, they're just wonderful people. We talk to each other outside of show hours on the Discord channel that we have. And that's called Ragsdale Music. And if you go to my show, my stream on YouTube, the Discord link is usually posted in the chat. And it's cool. Like the people who have been there the longest have essentially become moderators and are more than happy helping out when it seems like I'm overwhelmed, because I generally am. Like, I just have going on. And it's like I'm still messing with audio levels and video levels and like picking the next song and chatting with like the people in the chat. And it's just like, whoa, whoa. So I got people saying, okay, if you need Jeremy's song list, here's the link, and they'll just post it themselves. And they're just super.
That's so cool.
And then lately, there's been a huge Berkeley community of people that have been popping in, like people from Cali, people living in LA that just kind of popped in. They're just like saying, dude, Jeremy's online, dude. Yeah, I know. It's been like years. Yeah. So that's been happening. Just people coming from out of the woodwork, just totally unexpectedly, and just being wonderful and supportive, and not just of me, but of each other. And it's just been great. I mean, people ask how their days are. They if they're new, I encourage people who are new, who are watching and might be too shy to jump in, to just dive in.
Just make a friend.
Just say, yo, what's up, everybody? What's up from, like, desde Ecuador. Like,
Yeah.
And that's super cool. Like, I see that kind of stuff all the time. Like, people, yo, what's up from Costa Rica? And like, that is what makes me happiest, especially because they don't speak English and they're still going out on a limb to say what's up on my stream, which is mostly English speaking, that means a lot to me. That means that they really like are looking for a place to belong. They love music like we do, and it's just building really organically. Like I see the numbers growing in the analytics, but I try not to even look at the analytics. I just try to love what I'm doing. You know, after a certain point, if I just keep having like 5 viewers, like, you know, then maybe I'll start looking at the analytics and go, okay, well, what am I not doing right? But
Right.
I think that as long as I'm catering to the viewers, you know, to the community, and focus on them, then everything's gonna go great. That's generally, you know, I like to look at it like I'm not the most important person in the stream, because like, you know, without them, the stream would, what the hell would I be doing, you know?
Right.
And I think it's really important that they feel like they have a say in the future of the stream. You know, like there's a place on the Discord where you can actually make suggestions for the future, funny ideas that you had. Like, so I take requests. That's what you do on an online piano bar. That's what we do. That's the medium through which we build our community. It's a fun thing to do and place to hang out. But Streamlabs allows you to change your own graphics. And so there's this thing where, like, if you're a singer, we all, the 3 of us know this, but some of the viewers may not know that there's a tradition. Like, if someone's singing really, really well, if someone's singing their ass off, and you're just like, damn, man, don't make me throw my shoe at you. Like, throwing the shoe is a thing, and it's been a thing.
Patti LaBelle thing. It's
been a thing, man. Yeah, and like, so what I've set up is like for different increments of tips, like the viewers can
just throw a shoe.
Yeah, this moving GIF of a sneaker with like a boom sound happens, and it's like, yo, Donatello, boom, like tip $5. And then the $10 increment is like a silver shoe, and the $15 increment is a golden shoe. It's like super fun, and like people have actually used it. It was a viewer suggestion. They were like, "Yeah, we always talk about throwing shoes at Ragsdale, but like, why are we using? We should like include. Ragsdale should like include GIFs that like, you know, use.
That's
that
amazing.
Just get thrown at him." And so yeah, now I have it, and the sound effect is just perfect. I mean, it's just.
Thank you so much for doing
Thank
this.
you, Jeremy.
I want to tell everyone to check out Jeremy's online piano bar. That's Monday through Friday, right?
Tuesday through Saturday. And
Tuesday through Saturday.
Yeah, the channel's
8
called
to 12, right?
It's flexible. Different days. Like, if I put it this way, and I am not embarrassed to say this, if I'm teaching and the lesson is going really well, I'm not going to end it like immediately. So I may start late. A lot of times when I start late on certain evenings, it's because the lesson I'm teaching is like the kid is killing it, and like we're on a roll, and it would just be not beneficial for them if I just like said, okay, well, that's the time, you know. So
just subscribe, right? Just subscribe to the channel. That's how I get my notifications for the show. So subscribe to the channel, and you will get your notification of when you're live, and that's how I get on. And it's the best show on YouTube. I love it. So
your show's the best show on YouTube.
We're trying to trail behind you, bro. We're trying to trail behind you, and we're so thankful that you came on the show today. Guys,
thank you so much. So hey, if anybody's looking for my YouTube channel, it's just Jeremy Ragsdale. You could go on my YouTube channel if you can find it. It's just Jeremy Ragsdale, but just go to jeremyragsdale.com. It's a lot easier. And there's just a bunch of stuff you might want to see, including all of the YouTube stream, like the show that I have, the online piano bar. But also I teach online voice lessons. So wherever you are in the world, if you're looking for voice lessons online, I do provide them. And this is the camera I use. So if you
study
like
with this man. Listen, your camera's great, but people need to study with you.
Yes,
That's like the secondary benefit.
People need to study with you guys, man. Come on.
Dude, I'm just so happy I got to reconnect with you. And, you know, if anyone watching our show is interested in taking voice lessons, this is the person you do it with, okay? And if you have heard myself and Nat sing at all, then you will know, you know, we learned a lot from this guy, so.
Jeremy Ragsdale is the best. Thank you so much for coming on to our show, Jeremy. It was a pleasure to see you, to connect with you, to hear your wisdom, to hear just where you are and just sharing out your light with us. So thank you so much. So,
you know, if it's considered wisdom, it's mostly just stuff that I'm regurgitating from what you guys say, you know. Okay, so whatever.
Love you so much.
Yin and yang, baby. Love you guys a lot, man. Thank you.
Love you, man.
Congratulations on the new show.
Thank you.
Man. Thank you for being on.
I'll see you guys later.
All right.
Bye.
Jeremy.